good afternoon, and as something a little different for the TOG, we're going to have a super speed video of assembly. This was purchased for my son, so that was some good daddy-son time putting this together, mostly by him. I want to say that I was quite impressed with the kit, but this kit was not paid for by any sponsor. I'm not paid by COBI in any way, shape or form, so hopefully that gives me some independent perspective on it. So, whilst you are watching some Benny Hill-esque sped-up version of it being assembled, let me just tell you for a start, I think it was really well boxed. It was well packaged. I really appreciated the effort to put the pieces together the way they did and organise them, which is definitely necessary. There were over 1,000 pieces. Spares-wise, the addition of a couple of extra track links was appreciated to cover any bits that got broken. I would like to have had a spare wheel or two, as from experience they ruin a model when they get broken. The actual number of wheels on the kit is completely incorrect, but it doesn't affect the visual appearance of the model, so I'm not worried about that. There were some fit issues where the pieces didn't quite match up. On the whole, rather nicely designed, and the instructions were easy to follow too, step by step. Overall, I have to say, this kit is not the same quality as Lego, but there are some nice touches like the removable engine bay and the modelled engine, although the number of cylinders is incorrect. This isn't the only incorrect part, as obviously it also has side doors recessed to show the lack of armour over those areas instead of being flush. I'd have preferred if it was optional or possible to make the sides flush, even if it still had the outline for where the doors were. The same is true at the front with the machine gun, which I'd like to have seen optional for making that flush too. I have to say the tracks were a pain to feed through the model, but were otherwise easy to connect, and as I said, it was nice to have a couple of spare links. At 42 centimeters long, this model is huge and satisfyingly heavy. The vehicle really conveys the size and scale of TOG 2 very well, so overall, got to be impressed by that. As a build, this was just myself and my son, mostly him at a weekend activity. Total build time was about 6 hours as a really enjoyable activity, which frankly alone makes any minor complaints or grumbles I have over the model a little pointless. I have to say, however, the total cost was $86.44 through Amazon, with postage that came to $102.11, so it's not a small investment to get yourself a TOG 2 from COBI. What else can I say about this kit? Well, there were a lot of really nice touches to it. I've mentioned the engine bay, but it can't have escaped your attention on the camouflage either. Trying to replicate the scheme on it, I think, was a really good quality touch. I also like the attention to detail for the track guards as well. I thought that was a nice touch. If COBI had a chance to do one again, or maybe improve on that, maybe they will do a TOG 1 model. That would be fantastic. I would purchase one of those in a heartbeat. Other than that, it's hard to come up with minor points against the kit that don't sound a little contrived. I mean, it is what it is. It is not going to be perfect in any way, shape or form. But the makers really have made good efforts to pay attention to the vehicle at Bovington and to create a fun kit to assemble and a reasonably accurate representation of the vehicle as presented. Now, it does say on the box, the details that we know to be incorrect. My book all the way back in 2017 pointed out that this isn't a 17-pounder gun, or at least not confirmed. That's repeated on the box. That's fair enough. The gun, however, does go up and down on the model. The turret fully rotates. I like touches like that. I think they've paid some good attention to it. Now, the tank is currently in my bar, so it's not going to get played with because I don't want it to get broken. And I do notice that if you try and quote-unquote drive it around by pushing down, sometimes the tracks do seem to snag on the inside of the track run as they go around. So other than that, overall I was very impressed. I do have plans for one in Lego at some point. I think that would be very interesting to try and assemble and to see how that turns out.
If you like this series on the TOG, or any other vehicles, or other items which I may cover, then please follow FWD Publishing on Facebook and on WordPress, or my author page at andrew.hills@amazon.com. Links are below in the description. There is also a Patreon page as well, if you'd be so kind as to make a donation to help support this channel, my work and my research, and further books. Thank you very much.